All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't believe a whole month has already gone by. I feel like I just made one of these videos a couple days ago, but I do have a lot of favorites here and some announcements as well. So a couple weeks ago, I made a video on here announcing my pregnancy. I am now 24 weeks in. Things have been really good. It's been a very chill pregnancy. Hardly any, morning sickness. I'm starting to get bigger, and at this point, I think I'm going to start doubling up in size like pretty rapidly according to my app. And I'm making a conscious effort not to buy anything in terms of clothes that I can't wear after my pregnancy. So I'm trying to stick with the wardrobe that I already have. It's been somewhat challenging, like you can see, this is kind of puckering right here. This used to be loose on me. Yeah, it's been somewhat challenging, but I'm trying to not buy anything new because I know that I most likely won't wear it afterwards, and most of the pieces that I wear on a day-to-day basis are pretty loose anyway. I'm hoping that my Stretchy Meals pants will be with me till the very end, and I know that's the case for a lot of people who have been pregnant too. They've stuck with that, and I have like 5 pairs of Meals pants. And also I'm going to go through my 3rd trimester in the fall and winter, so it won't be so bad. I can cover up. We're both really excited. We're like in the nesting phase right now, so Jason's been building stuff and getting the house ready for when our baby boy comes. I've been working in ceramics a little bit more, going in every day or every other day or so. And recently, I've been catching up on commissions. Thank you so much if you've made a commission in the past month. It's been really sparking a fire underneath me recently because I kind of fell out of practice for a little bit there. And I wasn't posting consistently, and I just wasn't that motivated, but I'm starting to find my motivation again. I have tons of energy, oddly enough. So yeah, I've been going into the studio a little bit more and like finishing up commission pieces and just feeling really good about it. Something that I made recently, someone had commissioned a cat dish, which I don't have on my website at the moment, but it's a slow feeder cat dish like this. And oftentimes, whenever someone orders something, then I'll make multiple if I can, just in case there's like a pretty high failure rate at the studio that I go to because it's high fire. Just in case something goes off, I'll have a backup, you know? And so this was my backup, and I made it a little bit chubbier than the original cat dishes that I've made, but I love it so much. It's so chunky and juicy, and because it is thicker, it took way longer to come out of the kiln. I think it took like 2 weeks longer, but I finally got it and I love it. Yeah, I'm glad that I get to keep this because, yeah, I think this will be the new cat dish slow feeder design for me. Chunkier, less rings. Yeah, if you're looking to order something before the holidays, now is the time. I'm taking orders and I've been really excited to get in the studio to work on them, so yeah, shoot me an email if you want to collaborate on something. In terms of YouTube, oh, you know what? This is YouTube and music combined. So the latest Quinn, I think it's pronounced Quinn, set, it's a Vietnamese like college radio station or something like that. But they shoot in the weirdest place, not weirdest, but like the most normie places in Vietnam. So the first one I saw was a jazz vinyl set, and it was outside of a hair salon. And then they've done it in a fish market. They've done it in, I believe, laundromat. The newest set that they have, however, is probably my favorite set. It's a combination of soul and jazz and funk and like classic Vietnamese, like really old Vietnamese songs. It's a really fun dancey set, and I really like leaving these sets on when I'm getting ready for work or if I just need some movement in the house, you know? So like right when I get up in the morning, and if I don't want to put a record on, I'll put one of these sets on, and it's all mixed for you. It all sounds really good. So of course I'll link that in the description as well. In terms of beauty, so I talked about these stains. It's a cheek stain from e.l.f. I talked about this a couple months ago. It's called Sheer For It Blush Tint, and the shade that I had before is called Plums Up. But the one that I really wanted was Cherry Cola, which had been sold out for a while. And every time I go and look for it, it remains sold out. But there was recently a restock, and so I got it. And I got a couple so that I have a backup for my car and then one for my makeup bag. and it's fantastic. It's a little bit more sheer than the berry color, but I think it's perfect. It just gives you that like, I just ate some cherries and stained my lips. It's meant for your cheeks, but I use it on my lips as well, and it lasts all day and it looks so good. And yeah, if you can get a hold of this, if it's available at your local Target, go pick it up. $5 to $6 a pop. What else do we have? Oh yeah, blush. Glossier just came out with these new plush blushes, and I did a collaboration with them on Instagram and TikTok. I've been playing around with them for about a month now, and I adore these. They are kind of like, people say that it's kind of like a putty, but I would say it's way less than a putty. A putty is like a lot more like foamy in a way. This one's more like a stamp ink pad. It's great because you can use your fingers to press in and then blend it out with your fingertips, or you can also use a brush, and there's a bunch of different colors. My favorite color is Storm. It's kind of like a brick, burnt red color. It blends so easily. If you're looking for a flat matte blush that lasts all day, this is the way to go. For fragrance, I got this in the mail a few days ago, and I've been wearing it every single day, and I'm obsessed. This is from Aesop, and it's called Above Astiora, and it is an amber cardamom, a little bit woodsy. At first, when I initially sprayed it, I smelled BO, and I was just like slightly offended. But then once it settled in, it took like 5 seconds. Once it settled in, I was like, ooh, kind of interested, kind of like warm and cozy. And then as it wore on my skin, like that was the kicker. The dry down is so warm and cozy, so I gotta add this to my favorites list, even though I've only had it for a few days, so I'll update you on this if anything changes, but I really like this so far. However, before using this, I was at the polar opposite of this scent, which is this right here. I talked about a fragrance from Ellis Brooklyn called Miami Nectar that I had been wearing, and it's very similar to another one that I have called, it's from a brand called Vacation. It's just their classic sunscreen fragrance, and I liked it a lot. And I gave a little bottle, like a little sample bottle of it to Maddie, and she mentioned it in her last month's favorites video. I saw that she like used up almost the entire sampler bottle, so I was like, you know what? I already have Vacation, and I also have this, which is very, very similar. And so I gave her my bottle of Miami Nectar. It's Guava Granita, and it gives off the same exact vibe as Miami Nectar. It's definitely within the same family, like something that you would wear to the beach, something that reminds you of summer, very fruity, very gourmand sweet, you know, which isn't for everyone. And so I just thought that was kind of funny that my two favorites right now are complete contrasts. I don't know, in this day and age, I don't feel like a lot of people have their signature scent anymore. They wear according to their mood, and it flip-flops. The last few days, it's been this. It's been very fall forward. But before that, for the past few weeks, because it's been so freaking hot, it was this for the very longest time, every day. I got a couple things from Detox Market that I want to highlight. This is a lip gloss from Goop. Oh man, everything that I've tried from Goop so far, I really like. I've only tried like 2 or 3 things so far, but this gloss, I have it in the shade called Lilac. It looks purpley in the tube in the bottle like this, but once you put it on, it just gives, it kind of like neutralizes my lips in a way, because I know I often go for a bolder lip. So whenever I put on like Plums Up, for instance, and I layer this one on top, it kind of flattens the curve a little bit, so it doesn't make it look so dramatic. And it's incredibly hydrating. It's not the classic lip gloss where if you like blow your hair in the wind, it will get stuck in the lip gloss. This is a very nice, silky, smooth, not sticky formula. Yeah, so I've been grabbing this a lot. I've used quite a bit of it already. That's the one I had to fish out of my pants pockets because it's always in there. And then I also got into Manuka Honey. This one is from the brand Manuka Health. I've been taking a teaspoon of this every single night, and I'll get more into that later, but it's all for like the health benefits, and I really don't want to get sick right now because I just don't want to get sick when I'm pregnant, you know? I feel like it might be too risky, and so I'm trying to take care of myself, but I'm also seeing a lot of friends because I do have a lot of energy right now. And I know that at a certain point, I'm not going to have any energy. I might not be able to see people as much as I did before. So I'm trying to see all my friends as much as I can right now. But yeah, it's delicious. I have something in my Empties basket, which I'll go through, that I'll talk about in a little bit. It kind of replaced that, and it's a way more delicious version of that. Oh my gosh, a major upgrade in life is something that I didn't even think that we needed at all. But Jason bought us a Toto bidet. It's one of those where you plug it in and then you change the seat top and that's it. Oh boy, it is fantastic. It is an absolute game changer. The one that he got, I think they came out with a new model, so they're starting to phase out this model. He got it on sale and there might be some left. I'll try to post a link, but if it's sold out, then that's that. But a bidet is such a game changer. And the one that he got has a heat seat on it, and also the water is plugged in and it's heated, so it's not like a stark surprise whenever you use it. Oh my gosh, I didn't think that I would adore it so much, but after the first day, I was like, this is how I'm gonna live my life from now on. Like, I can't go back. Yeah, I never considered it before because it seemed like such a deeply personal thing. But now that I have it, I don't ever want to go back. It's just been such a life upgrade. Apparently, it was super easy to install. Jason's mom actually bought it first for herself at her house, and she installed it and she was raving all about it. And so she influenced us. And then Jason got it and he was like, that's going to be your a little gift to you. I remember coming home after like a really long, stressful day, hot day. And I remember seeing it just all set up and everything. And I sat down. I was just like, oh my gosh, I got so excited. And then I used it immediately. And it was just, yeah, that was that. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I got a new cast iron wok. Well, it's not new. I got it at Bridge Thrift, which is a thrift store in LA. I happened to be walking in and then I saw it for $14. And then I brought it home. I cleaned it. I seasoned it and I used it immediately to make fried rice. And it was just perfection. Jason's been gone for the past couple days. And so I've just been experimenting with food, and I made myself some pad thai and I used the wok, and it just, once you let it heat up, oh my gosh, it's like, it retains the heat so well and it cooks everything super fast. This one's really practical for my kitchen because I do need something that retains heat very well in order to cook everything quickly. Anyway, the brand that I have is Lodge and the size is 14 inches, which I think is perfect. Anything smaller, I feel like you can't really flip things around that quickly. So you need that much space in order to move everything around without having things spill over. So yeah, 14-inch Lodge wok. Fantastic. As I've said in the past, we turned my office back into a second bedroom so that we can have guests over, and then eventually it will be the baby room. We've been, putting things together, and then I got a new rug. It's a wool rug from Quince, and I love it. And my friend's kids came over the other day, and they were playing around in the room, and they were saying that the room, because of the rug and the bedding, it felt like an enchanted forest. That was the ultimate compliment. When I try to look it back up on Quince, I noticed that they didn't have it available anymore. So I'm going to try and find the link again. But then I did find the same rug on a bunch of other sites, and it was marked so much more expensive on other sites. So if you're in the market for a new rug, especially if you're looking for like an all wool rug, which can get really expensive, check out Quince first, because I feel like they have the best deals. In terms of what I've been wearing, I just got this purse. This is a new purse from Us Studios. So I have their bigger camera bag and then like a little bit smaller of the same camera bag. This one is perfect for events. So I wore it to a recent event that I went to, and I think it's so cute. And it holds just what I need. So a camera, my phone, my wallet, maybe some lip gloss, just the perfect size. The straps come off so you can just carry it like a handbag like this, but I like having the straps on. If you're unfamiliar with this brand, Us Studios, they model their bags after 1980s camera bags, because the person who designed this is a photographer, and she was like, I hate how the bags out there look all like neoprene and gross and just so techie, right? And so she went in and redesigned bags based off of like vintage bags, vintage camera bags. Yeah, this is a part of their new collection. It is so perfect for every day, for what I need on a day-to-day basis. I talked about these boots from Cezanne last month. I ordered them, but I hadn't received them yet, but I was so excited about getting them in. Anyway, I got them and I'm obsessed with them. They are so nice and sturdy. They stand up on their own. The leather is kind of stiff, And so when you first get them, you do have to break them in for a little bit, which is not a big deal at all because I wore it, I think, for a 4 or 5 hour stretch when I was DJing. And by the end of the shift, I felt great. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty sensitive right now because I've gained a bunch of weight during this pregnancy. And I feel like my legs are kind of swollen, my feet are kind of swollen. But these are super comfy. So if you're in the market for knee-high boots that are nice and sturdy, that are comfortable, at this point I can walk miles in this and I would feel great. Yeah, I just think that they look so cool and it's such a classic design, so it'll never go out of style. So I'm hoping to have this for the rest of my life. Okay, let's go into the Empties basket. It's a pretty full Empties basket this month. I started using this. This is Pantene Pro V Pure Volume Shampoo. I followed this girl, I think her name is Allie or Abby, I don't remember, but she reviews hair products and mostly drugstore hair products. And she had mentioned that this is a great clarifying shampoo. And I had gone from using one from Davines, which is super expensive. And so I thought I'd give this a go. I gotta say, I only shampoo my hair once a week now, only on Sundays. And it's fantastic. You do have to deep condition after using something like this because it's so stripping. It says that it's meant for fine hair, cleanses fine and thin hair to remove buildup for body and shine. But the thing is, my hair is really thick and it still works great. I just have to do a couple rinses. So instead of like just one rinse through, I'll do 2 or 3. And then I'll go in with a deep conditioner and then I'll go an entire week without washing my hair. And it's totally fine. A big bottle of Fly by Jing. This is the best Chili Crisp. It's fantastic. I've been using Laugenma for a while, which is the classic one. But this one is just so much better. It just pours a lot easier, tastes better. I think it uses better ingredients as well. And I think they still sell these at Costco. So if you run into this Fly by Jing, try it out. I went through an entire bag of this. This is Mariage Frere. It's the Marco Polo black tea. It's like the fancy black tea, but if you buy in bulk, it ends up being a lot more cost effective. And I don't go out and buy coffee. I don't drink coffee. And one of these bags takes me months and months to finish. And I drink tea just about every single day. If you're interested in this tea, I would recommend going in with a friend so that you can split the shipping costs because it can get really expensive. The first time I ever heard about this tea was I was working at the store called Mohawk General Store, and they had just brought the tea in, and it was the fanciest thing ever. And I remember seeing the shipment and then placing it on the shelves. Anytime I see this, I'm like, ooh, fancy. My cousin Riley just got back from Japan and he brought me some matcha because I made him some matcha bowls, and he got me 2 things of matcha, but this one I finished pretty quickly because I was drinking it with my friends. I've been saving matcha for special occasions, like whenever I have a friend over and whatnot. And so, yeah, I finished this entire thing in like a matter of maybe 2 weeks. Delicious. This is what I wanted to talk about that I replaced with Manuka honey. This is Propolis Raw Honey Throat Spray. This is from a brand called B&U, and I got this from Trader Joe's. And the one that I had been using before, the most popular one that you can get, I forget what the brand is, but I'll put a picture somewhere. Every time I feel like I'm about to get sick, I'll spray some in my throat, and then I'll wake up the next morning feeling totally okay. So I was using a different brand, and then I ran into this at Trader Joe's, and this one tastes disgusting. I hate it so much, but I ended up using the whole thing. And then rather than getting another bottle of it, I'm trying out Manuka honey instead. And so far, it's been good. Yeah, it's been years and I'm still somewhat on the honey kick. This, oh my gosh, has anyone, show of hands, has anyone ever finished one of these? This took me years to finish. I can't believe I finally finished it. And I was using a little like spoon, a little like spatula scrapey thing in order to scrape it out every single day. And it works really well and everything, but I am so sick of using this. And so I don't think I'll ever repurchase this, even though it works so well and everything. I've had this little tub for years. I should have marked the date of when I started it or when I opened it so I can get a better idea of how long it took me to use this. But yeah, I'm so sick of using this. So I'm never going to repurchase this ever again, even though it works really well. Okay, so I got these from Quinn's because they're a lot cheaper on Quinn's than they are on different websites, because you get like credit back, so you can spend it on other things. And so I ordered these 2. I ordered the Augustinus Bader, the cream, and then also the rich cream because I wasn't sure which one to get. Do not get the cream. get the rich cream because this one's worth it. This one's just like a normal ass moisturizer. This one's just so much better. I should have read the reviews because everyone raves about the rich cream and not the regular cream. And so if you wanted to try out this Augustinus Bader, the rich cream, order it from Quince because you get a better deal on it. The rich cream is exactly that. It's a very rich cream, super luxurious, blends right in. And then if you use it at night, you'll wake up in the morning with the most glowy skin ever. The thing is, I gotta say that I'm pregnant, you know, so I'm also taking prenatals, so I am at my best skin I've ever had. This on top of that combination, my skin has never been better. But the thing is, I really want to try this when everything crashes. I heard that right after you give birth, everything plummets. So your hair starts to fall out and your skin will get so much worse and all these bad things will happen, right? And so I did get a backup. So I do have a bottle that I haven't opened yet, and I'm gonna do that after I give birth, and then I'll test it out, and then I'll let y'all know. But that's gonna be in like 4 months, so we'll see. Anyway, the rich cream, I think it's fantastic, but I don't think that I'm in a place to say what is great in terms of skincare because my skin's the best it's ever been in my life. So those are all my favorites for the month of September. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment if you have any questions or if you have any notes, anything to share with me. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye.